So we're about to do a taper, and then we're gonna leave the top. So we start by tapering up the sides, making our guidelines all the way around. So you want to make sure you brushing while you cutting to make sure you get that clean cut. I got my liners, so you want to make sure you clean everything afterwards with the liners and make sure it's as bald as possible. Now you want to make sure you line them around the ear nice and straight, so when you do make your blends are as even as possible. Make sure you pull the ears back so you can get good around the ears. On both sides, you gotta make sure you have both sides of your line. Remember, don't forget to put the ear back so you can get a good clean line. So make sure you take your liners and clean good on the taper parts so you can get a clean taper. So now you take your pump it up. You make sure you spray his hairline. That holds the hair in place. If you don't got pump it up, which is a better one to use, you can use hairspray or whatever you may want to use. That makes sure your hairline is holding in place. Before it dries, you can work on the tapers on both sides. Take the number 1 guard, go around there, try to clean the tapers. So now you want to make sure you're brushing while you're cutting to get that clean cut. Make sure you do that all the way around to make sure it's a good clean cut. So when you're done using your 1 guard all the way around, you want to take your number 2 guard, brush down, make sure you go a little bit higher than that guideline. Brush while you're cutting. It's always important. So now you want to take your 2 guard, go all over it. It's very important the way you do your strokes out so you don't leave no lines in there. Then you take your clipper and your comb and you want to take some of that bulk off. Make sure you do that all the way around. So then you take your clippers and you go around the blend a little bit. It helps you give it a cleaner blend. So when you're pretty much done working around the whole blend, you want to make sure your blend is as blended as possible. So it's not wrong to go around it twice. So pretty much when you're done with your blends all the way around, remember we put that spritz. By now it should be dry. So when you're done giving your last little touches on the blends, now you want to take your liners and you want to make sure you hit that line up. It should hold in place, so it should give you a good and straight line. So when you hit the corners of the line, make sure you got a nice square shape. You don't want to give it a drop angle. That's why it's very important to turn them to the side a little bit to make sure you get that good straight line. You don't want it going forward, backwards, or anything. So it's important. So when you made sure you did everything straight as possible, remember you have to turn them to the side a little bit to get that side line straight as possible. You don't want it leaning side or leaning back. You want it leaning straight. So when your hairline's pretty much done, you might want to go over the tapers a little bit to get that cleaner tapered look all the way around. much when you're done, you want to clean them off. Make sure everything's clean as possible, because you're going to prepare them for the razor line. So you throw the water on there, make sure you get your shaving gel, put it on there, make sure he's straight, get him right. So that's the shaving gel I use. I put it around the client all the way around to make sure before I use a razor not to get any cuts or razor bumps or anything like that. You always got to make sure you sanitize your blade and make sure you use new blades. That's pretty much it, a fro taper. Hope you guys like it.